All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Coming to you from the land of brisket and barbecue, Lone Stars and Longhorns, this is All In Colts, presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in, and Merry Christmas week. It's time once again to take a look at Colts players and their fantasy stats and projections for your second week of round one of the playoffs in our Colts fantasy stable. So let's go All In Colts.
Yes, that's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All In Colts as part of the Rogue Media Sports Network. I am back.
You are
No
back.
more hospital. No more security threat. No more people walking back and forth. No huddled in a little registration booth. I should have taken a picture to see how ridiculous the actual setup looked. I mean, it didn't look great here on camera, but it was weird in person. Let me tell you.
I bet.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get started. Colts corner bullet.
Haven't done that in a little bit.
I know. Juju Brents has been designated to return from IR. I do not know if he was practicing today or not.
I'm not sure. I glanced at the injury report. It looks like Ryan Kelly could be back. And it looked like Jalen Carlisle was a full participant. So both Kelly and Carlisle
signed.
Yes.
They signed Ambry Thomas.
Yes.
For waivers. Another corner.
From
the Niners. So
yes.
Two Niners.
3 if you count Buckner.
That's true.
Welcome to the San Francisco of the Midwest.
Brents was a limited participant.
That makes sense.
So,
they designated Kelly, but he didn't play. So we'll see. I mean, with Brents, it's nice that he's back out there practicing. Cool. Awesome. Congratulations. All right. We played each other.
Yes.
Mano. Fantasy. Playoffs. We're in a smaller league. I know if people are in a larger league, it's 1 week fantasy playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a smaller league, so it's 2 weeks. 2 week cumulative fantasy. You were projected, I think, 20 points, maybe more at some point, more than me.
Mm-hmm.
You beat me.
I did.
No
biscuit just yet.
You escaped a biscuit in the face by 4 points, sir.
I still escaped, though. Now I need to make up this next week by 16 to 17 points.
I left 52 points.
Oh, yeah. I did the math.
Bench.
I left more than you did on the bench.
I had the best tight end.
I had the second best
on my bench. I had the best wide receiver, maybe?
No.
Okay.
I had
a wide receiver week.
Mike Evans was the best.
I definitely had the best rookie wide receiver in Brandon Thomas Jr. Did me better than Malik Neighbors on my bench.
It's true.
So,
all right.
There's next week.
Yes, yeah. We have a little thing, I believe.
Yes, we do have a little thing. I need to pull it up here because before we jump into fantasy, Anthony Richardson is always where we start. And everybody wants to bring up how terrible Anthony Richardson is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. On this podcast, we do some other teams dirty.
Yep.
So everybody wants to come at us about Anthony Richardson. So I think the best league comp at the moment is Josh Allen. And people will look at Josh Allen.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. People look at Josh Allen now and they go, what? He's an MVP. There's no way Anthony Richardson is an MVP. Look at the first 14 games.
Also just the way they play. Like the physical makeup and everything like that.
What they do with the ball, running, passing.
Yep.
So here is the first 14 games, first 14 starts. for both Anthony Richardson and Josh Allen. Pull this down so you can see all the numbers. There we go.
Yep.
Now, listen. We get frustrated at people stat watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that we always say about Anthony Richardson is don't judge him by the stat sheet, which is why we have intangibles after every single game, because those things really matter. So it's kind of unfair of us to do something like this, but these are the numbers. This is where it's at.
Yep.
Josh Allen has more production in his first 14 games, right? He does. But remember, Anthony Richardson didn't finish the Houston game, didn't finish the Titans game. This is last year.
Didn't finish the Ravens game.
Didn't finish. No, he didn't.
He didn't
do
he
the
didn't start.
game.
He didn't start.
No. Didn't finish the Steelers game this year.
It's true.
Okay. And some people would point to that and go, well, that's a problem. Yes. But since he's come back,
it's a problem that's fixed itself.
Since he's been back, he's cranking. So,
yep.
Less production, probably less game time due to going out of games earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We also point out that Josh Allen had a killer secondary on the other side of the ball for him.
Yes. I don't remember all
Hoyer,
of them.
He had Milano at linebacker. This was before Von Miller was there.
I believe Tre'Davious White was there.
Yep, that's correct. Right. So he had a killer defense, which the Colts do not have. It's not. Pieces are there, but there might be a coaching issue. Maybe. So there you go. That's the numbers. That's what they are. We'll continue to keep tabs on this and keep track of this because this is where they started. And Josh Allen now, 6 years later,
is an MVP.
Is one of the top MVP candidates.
He's the MVP.
Hey, we might predict this later, so I'm trying not let you give away your answer.
It's okay. I will give it away. I don't care. I think it's very obvious who it is.
Just like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you're just going to give it away now. Okay.
Yep.
Take us through some fantasy stats for.
We forgot something.
Oh, right. We do need to related to fantasy.
Yes. Former IU quarterback Michael Penix Jr.
Yep.
Will make his first NFL start 2 days after IU football plays the first ever 12-team college football playoff game at Notre Dame.
Yep. That was just announced today that, apparently in the middle of a playoff push, they're going to go to the rookie.
Yep.
Hey, it's great. Awesome. Love it.
If you want to hear more about the college football playoffs, check out Battle of the Bigs. A little bit of a plug. It's by Jake Sanchez. I believe that's who it's under.
Yep.
We are going to upload our football episode either tomorrow or Friday. Stay tuned for that. We will make our prediction. I believe we're just going to make an entire bracket, kind of like people do for March Madness. We're going to make our bracket, make our predictions.
Yeah.
See how many we get right. And who knows? Maybe even
audio
have a special
only,
guest.
right? Audio only. We can find this on
Spotify.
Yes,
audio
Apple
only.
Podcasts.
I believe it's on Apple. I think it's on iTunes as well.
Connect everything to iHeartRadio and all that. So
we're all connected in.
Wherever you get your audio podcasts, you can. And I get to special guest. I'm so excited.
Yes, yes.
Are we ready? Ready to jump in?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, cool.
Anthony Richardson. Before I start off anything, his comparison, he was the 14th best quarterback. Keep this in mind while I'm talking about this.
Okay.
This past week, he had 14 points, and he was the 14th ranked quarterback. Normally, that gives you maybe close to 20. That means quarterbacks did not perform this week at all. Even though Josh Allen had a momentous game, like always.
Mhm.
Jared Goff had a big game.
Yep.
All these teams have, but there's only 3-4 quarterbacks that had a big game.
Well, Joe Burrow had 3 interceptions, right?
Joe Burrow did have 3 interceptions, so you take those away.
Against the Titans. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Maybe. Man, we're just plugging a lot of things. He is projected to get 16 points. Same as I've been saying all year with him. If you want to start him, go ahead at your own risk. I told you last week that I've turned this into I'm just telling you what to do. No, sorry, I'm telling you what the projections are and my thoughts on it, not telling you what to do.
Although you are undefeated.
I am undefeated. Still, I am technically, what is it? Was this past week 16?
Yep. No, 15.
No, week 15. I'm technically 15-0. Technically.
Yep. Technically.
I'm still going to beat you this week.
Technically about to get a biscuit in the face.
Nope, not at all. Next up, Michael Pittman. Last week, he had 10 points. His comparison was not in the range that we select from, so I said he was better. He played better than he normally does, which is kind of sad to say with 10 points. Not much else to say about him other than his projection is 10 points. He's the same as Josh Downs. Him and Josh Downs are the same. I'll explain what I mean by that whenever I get to Josh Downs, though.
Okay.
Next up, Adonai Mitchell. -3 points. My comparison for this. The worst wide receiver this week. The worst. Worse than people who did not even play.
I actually heard that he is the 3rd worst wide receiver. I can't remember by what stats, but he apparently is the 3rd worst qualified wide receiver in the league.
The worst wide receiver this week out of anyone. He was worse than people who did not even play the game.
How is that even possible? Oh, because he had negative points.
He got an interception.
No.
Yes, he threw the.
It's a fumble.
Technically, it's a pick six.
No, it's not a pick six.
That's
it
what
was ruled as a fumble. It was a backwards pass. The official NFL social account called it a pick six for Benito, and I had to point out that
Anyways, he's projected to get 4 points. Do not play him.
No.
Next up, Alec Pierce. Last week he had 0. My comparison. Same as a person who did not play all week. If that's telling you anything.
He's also in concussion protocol this week, so
he is. So he's questionable, but if he does play, he's projected to get 6 points. Don't play.
Yeah. The last time he had a concussion, he came back and did nothing. So I wouldn't advise it.
Now,
that was 2 years ago.
Josh first downs. 6 points. His comparison, below average for him. I was expecting a bigger game, but coming off injury. It's fair. His projection is 10 points, same as Michael Pittman. These are a toss-up for me. It's kind of like AR. If you want to play him, play him. If you feel like but they're going against the Tennessee secondary. Now, Josh Downs was productive whenever he got the ball. Whenever he was targeted the ball, he did what he could to get the ball. He caught it, got extra yards, or the defender made a good play on the ball. Regardless, he wasn't getting used enough at all. They were running the ball a lot, which is good. But you're running the ball in mile high. You know how many deep shots I saw? 0. I did not see it.
There was the one that got Alec Pierce concussed.
Right.
Into the end zone.
That was one.
Yep.
But
there was another one. There was another one to AD down the other side.
You need more than that, though.
Yeah.
Regardless, Up to you if you want to play them. Next up, running back time. Jonathan Taylor. Last week.
Wait. Josh first downs. I just got to point this out. Josh first downs, I believe, had his best fantasy week against the Titans earlier in the season.
Okay.
But that was with Joe Flacco as quarterback. So I don't know.
It's true. It's true. Very true. Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Last week he had 10 points. Would have had 16 if he didn't drop the ball.
Do you have to continue doing that? Do you have to continue bringing that up?
Yes. It's something that he has to fix. He can't do it again. No.
He probably will never do that again.
He probably won't. But
he may never, ever take the football out of his hand once he scores a touchdown now at this point.
I like that idea.
Carry it all the way to the bench.
His comparison is average for him this year. Nothing too out of the ordinary. He went for over 100, so that's nice to see. His projection is 15 points. Play him if you want. If you have, like, for example, in one of my leagues I have JT. I may not be playing him. I may be playing Chuba Hubbard instead of him, if that tells you anything. Although Chuba Hubbard has been very surprising this year. Like,
yeah, but they're going against the Cardinals defense.
Exactly.
And he's kind of a little banged up.
We'll see. This is in the other league, so it doesn't matter really. Although I do believe I'm losing in that one so far, so I need to kind of pick it up on that. Defense, Colts defense. Last week they were 10. They got 10 points. Did pretty solid. They were tied for 8th place in overall defenses. Normally you don't see anything for the Colts defense, but they played well.
Every week you're like, don't do it. Don't play him. Don't bother. Well,
they've stepped up.
Yep.
The Colts are projected to get 6 points, though, in their upcoming game. I don't know exactly how I feel about that. They're going against the worst offense in the league. Will Levis also just got benched, which I'm assuming we will talk about tomorrow, for Mason Rudolph.
Yep.
So I don't know how I feel about the Colts defense with that necessarily, because normally a new quarterback comes in, they're like, let's get this done, right? So that's kind of what happened with Jameis, and then Jameis got benched. So we'll see exactly what happened. I almost picked up the Colts defense, but I decided I'm going to pick up the Bills defense instead because they're playing the Patriots. It's still a bad team.
Good call.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for fantasy.
Sweet. Well, that is all that we have for today. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the week with our preview of the Colts and Titans. As we mentioned, can the Colts make it back to back years of a sweep? Can the Colts get the Mayo sweep? Will the Colts have the most back-to-back wins against the Titans since Pat McAfee left? Tune in tomorrow for all the info you need on how the Colts can conquer the Titans.
Yep, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all in Colts.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.